What's the backstory with Carlos Hardy? Yeah.
Hello. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. What is the backstory? But before we get started, I just want to ask, I want you to subscribe and go ahead and share. Go ahead, I'll wait. Okay, I'm not 7-Eleven, so I'm not open all night. So go ahead and subscribe. Did? Okay, perfect. Let's get into this. Okay, today's going to be a great teaching show. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. Today, remember, we're going into the writer's room a little bit later on today. And guess what show I kind of did today? I did the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, one of my favorite shows of the 90s. You know, I'm a 90s baby, so it's going to be very interesting to see what I came up with for that show. But I guarantee you're gonna like it. Okay, so that's going to be in the writer's room a little bit later. So let's get into it. Okay, so again, just to preface it, what is the backstory? Every single thing has a backstory, as I mentioned before, and I'm going to continue to mention that so you understand that you, as a person who's wanting to write books or wanting to write scripts or anything you wanting to write and put down to paper, you will understand how to do it. That's my whole point and whole purpose for doing this show. What is the backstory? Okay, let's get it right into it. We did a topic of what type of writer you are. Now let's understand another thing. Okay, now that we've understood in our own minds that we want to write, I get that you want to write, I want to write, everybody want to write. Now tell me, what is it that drives you to write? What is it that you want to write? There has to be something very specific that you want to write, and that's something that you have to think about. That's something you have to conjure. That's something you have to really put a lot of attention into, because everybody that thinks they're a writer, I'm going to be honest with you, they're not. And what I mean by that is that you can say, oh, I saw this on television, or I read this book, or I read something in that magazine, or I think I could do better. But it sometimes don't work that way unless I feel like there's an urge in you. There's a calling in you to want to create stories or create something that's going to be beneficial to yourself or the world. So there is a want and a need, okay? And you as a writer have to figure that out. Is this a want? Do people want this story, or do they need this story? For me, I always battle that. Is there a want of this story, or is there a need of this story? So you as a writer, you have to figure that out. Okay, that's going to be on you to come up with and say, okay, the want and need of this. Well, you know, people want this type of story, or they may want that type of story, or they may need this type of self-help, or they may need that type of self-help. So it's going to be up to you to decide that. It's a really easy thing to decide. Is your story that you're willing to write, is it dealing with self-help? Are you trying to motivate people? Is it something personal, like autobiography? Is it something where you're trying to do research? What is your story? Is it fiction, nonfiction? What is your story? You have to figure that out. And once you figure that out, it's easy. Research it. Once you figure that out, you will begin to understand, like, okay, is this really viable to me? Because if it's viable to you, is it something that you really love, somebody else is more than likely going to love that story, whatever that is you're trying to create. And remember, I want to preface this. Remember, what's the backstory? A lot of the things I talk about you're going to be able to apply those things to, you know, creating a business, creating a job, creating a book, creating stories, a script, whatever it is. You're going to be able to apply all these different things that I'm hopefully teaching you to your life. Okay, so there are 3 specific things. I'm going to always break it down for you, because I want to make this easy. Because remember, you should be getting something from me. I'm not just going to be here just talking to you because I got stuff to do. All right, but I'm just going to tell you there is 3 specific things. 3 specific things you should be doing or asking yourself once you figured out what type of writer you are. Now you're on the stage of these 3 specific things about what you want to write about. Number 1, ask why. Why? Is your story compelling? Let's say, for example, you're talking about, I want to talk about caskets. Is that compelling? Meaning, are people going to need that story? Are people going to want that story? Are you going to need or want that story? Are you going to care about what you're writing about? So you need to ask why. Period. Does that story feel good? Does it feel good to you? Because remember, you're the writer, you're the architect, you're the nucleus. Are you going to be able to navigate that story to where it's going to captivate people, where people are going to love it, people are going to be excited about your story, whatever it is, whether, like I said, whether it's self-help, whether it's personal, autobiography, fiction, nonfiction, whatever it is, are you going to be able to captivate people? That's a really, really big question. And that's something I always tell people who ask me, how do you write a story? I always ask myself, now I love to write, but I always ask myself that question. Who am I writing for? Like why am I choosing this subject, and what's the purpose? So I always ask why. That's number one. Number two, research. Okay, so let's say for example you're wanting to write about lemons. Okay, I know because I have the lemon. I got the yellow. But let's say you're wanting to write about lemons. Do your research about lemons. Like if you have this infatuation with lemons and you love them, do your research. Research what type of lemons, where they grown, who grows them, what kind of farmers that grows them, why do people love them? Research what it is. If it's an autobiography of your life, and you want to talk about maybe your sexual abuse, or maybe your adoption, or maybe you not being able to have a baby, whatever it is, you need to go and ask yourself merely, I need to do my research. I need to do my research, period, point blank. I need to go and I need to dwell in that specific subject and do my research. Once you do your research, trust me, you're going to find a lot of things that is pertinent to that subject that could be helpful or could be harmful to people. It's going to help you become a better writer. Number three, remember, we're trying to figure out what is it that we want to write about. Is it something that permeates in us to write this? Is it something that we want to write about? So that third thing is going to be real simple. You should write 1 page of that subject. So like say, for example, it's lemons. You're going to write 1 page all about lemons. What they are, what they're about, what they do, what the purpose of them, the benefits, whatever they are. Write 1 page. That's going to get you in that writer's mindset of, do I even want to do this? Is this even fun? Is this exciting? Does this thrill me? Does this get me going? So you need to write 1 page. And what you're going to do with that 1 page, remember, it's just 1 page, 1 word. If you're working on Word, or you have, a book or something, write 1 page. Sit there and write it. Because remember, this is what you've chosen. Once you've written it, post it on your refrigerator. Okay, this is what I do. I'm telling you, it's so effective. This is what I do. Whenever I decide that I want to write something, a subject or a specific type of book or something, I will write a paragraph down about it. I'll post it and I'll reread it daily. So it usually takes me about a week, maybe 5-6 days, and I'll reread it over and over and over. And if as I'm going through my daily life, if I'm not excited about it the 5th day, whether it's, like I said, remember, whether it's about self-help, autobiography, helping others, doing research, whatever it is, whatever the subject matter is, if it's something that you are honestly not into, your reader probably not going to be into it either. Okay, so you're going to type up 1 paragraph or 1 page or 1 paragraph, and I'd rather for you to do a page, because it'd be a little more extensive for you to really reread and think about if you really want to do that. Reread it, write it, and post it, reread it daily. Give yourself at least 7 days of constantly reading it over and over. And by the 7th day, if you feel inspired, because remember, everything's about inspiration. If you feel inspired, then that's when we go to the next step. But you have to constantly, and I mean it, I'm telling you this, I'm not going to lie to you, you have to constantly read it for 7 straight days. Because what happens is, if you, like, a lot of times we have this thing in us that says, oh, I want to write about my grandparents because, oh, I want to write about the farm when I was small, or I want to write about my abuse, or I want to write about starting a magazine company, or starting a skincare line. I want to write about this because I think it'll be beneficial to people. And then once we get in it, we begin to realize, I don't want to write about this. This is boring. Or I don't like this. Or, this isn't something that I care about. So you have to do that step 3. Please do that step 3. It's going to help you. Remember, 1, ask yourself why. 2, do your research on it. And 3, write that page. It's just 1 page. I'm telling you, that's going to spark something in you. It's going to get you started. And you're going to say, oh, wow, I love writing about this. This is awesome. This is great. And you're going to want to extend that and make it bigger, greater, chapter. Before you know it, your book is done. So that right there is your homework, to do those 3 things. Those 3, they're real simple, really, really easy, and they're going to help you get on your journey to writing your book that's in you. You got it? Okay, good. Okay, great. Now that you got that, now you're ready. You know what type of writer you are, and now you want to move into understanding the subject that you want to write about. Because more than likely, this subject has always been in you. Whatever it is that you want to write about, it has been in you, and it's now coming to manifestation because I'm about to help you pull it out. Trust, I'm gonna help you pull it out, and you're gonna be great at it. You're gonna be amazing at it, and it's gonna be awesome. Just trust me. Okay? Just stay with me. There's more. There's more to come. Okay, so we're about to go into the writer's room. Now, I wrote something, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, 90s, one of my favorite shows. I just love the characters. I love the density, the duality of the parents, the contrast, the mere contrast of Will coming to this place where everyone's rich and and have this snooty attitude or bougie attitude about themselves, and he's from Philadelphia and isn't even close to that. So I wanted to pay homage to that story, and we know how it ended. And like I say, my story moves forward some years later. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like it. We're going to go, and I'm going to read it for you. And when we come back, I'll talk about it a little bit. But here we go. Let's go to the writer's room. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon in Phoenix, Arizona. A contemporary style back house rests at the rear of a lavish property. A male florist decked out in an Armani suit carefully balances 2 handfuls of wildflowers mixed with Spanish clovers. Behind him follows a brown-skinned man draped in a maroon dress shirt. Both men dash in and out of the cluster of people assembling for the wedding. They parade to the rear of the property and enter the back house. Climbing the spiral staircase seems exhausting for the florist. He pauses his climb to suck in air. After a moment, both men reach the top of the stairs. The florist opens a pair of double doors leading into an expanding living room. Ashley, look who I have. Ashley Banks sits at a mirror, admiring her reflection. Hey sis. She swings around with glee, guiding her response. Decked out in a vintage wedding gown, she shouts, Nikki, I knew you'll make it. Ashley embraces her younger brother. I wouldn't miss your day, Ash. Where's Hillary? Hillary exits an adjacent restroom. She annoyingly wipes her hands on the cashmere curtains. Ash, you've got to get a better assortment of towels. My delicate hands can only handle towels made from the underbelly of chic farm animals in Dubai. Ashley cut her eyes at her older sister. Really, hooker? Nikki wedges himself in between his sisters. Hey, Hill. Hillary locked eyes with her younger brother. She's pleasantly surprised. Oh my God, Nikki, when did you get here? Nikki and his sister share a warm embrace. Hillary, I've been calling your phone. Remember, you were supposed to pick me up from the airport. Oh, that was you? I kept sending that number to voicemail. I was binge watching Housewives. A repulsive sigh takes over Ashley and Nikki. They know what's coming next. You know, I was asked to be on Housewives. You're not married, Hillary, interjects Ashley. Nikki positions his wedding gift perfectly on the counter. Ashley lifts it, shaking the box. Sounds like earrings. Wait, where did Mom go? Nikki rests his back against the wall. He takes a sip from a flask he received from his pocket. She's downstairs talking to my husband about an insurance policy we don't need, Nikki says after clearing the knot from his throat. Hillary snatches the box from Ashley. She shakes the box before probing her own mind. She tosses it back at Hillary. It's a diamond necklace from Tiffany's. The color is bland, the clarity tarnished, and it's about 1 carat. Is the receipt in the box, Nikki? Her shoulders shrug carelessly. Ashley places a guided hand on her siblings' backs, ushering them from the room. She secures the double doors. Hillary's voice penetrates through the thick wood. This is the last time I'm coming to your wedding. Ashley takes a seat on the couch in the center of the room. She opens the locket across her neck. Inside is a picture of her father, Uncle Phil. Her eyes swell with tears, tracing a path down her caramel skin. A bang at the door breaks Ashley from the tender moment. She marches with vengeance to open the door. Hillary, I told you! It's her cousin Will. The mirror image of her older cousin helps upend the anxiety that simmers. She immediately falls into his arms. Will is gone. He's gone. Will comforts her with a subtle kiss to her forehead. Ashley, he's not gone. He's always with you. I know, but he promised me he'll walk me down the aisle. Carlton missed his flight. We can't find Jeffrey. This day is awful, Will. Ashley, calm down. I got you. Will gently cradles her face into his palms. His soft whispers make up for all that is missing in the moment. Ashley, back up. Just mind your business. Just mind your business. Ashley can't help but smile. You always put a smile on my face, Will. The two cousins hug. Lisa, Will's wife, marches up the stairs on a mission. She doesn't mix pleasantries. Her arms fold perfectly against her rose-colored blouse. Did you tell her, Will? Will rocks on his heels, hoping not to reveal his secret. Lisa, baby, it's not the right time. Lisa's hands slide purposely on her hip. It's never the right time, is it, Will? Go on, Will. Tell her. Ashley has had enough. She turns to Will. Her brows curl. What is it, Will? Lisa steps in between the two cousins with hate leading her charge. You know what, Will? You weren't man enough then, and you are not man enough now. Ashley, he's having a baby by someone else. Hey y'all, I'm back. Hey, so what did you guys think of that scene there? Remember, every show I'll be writing, where I usually write before the show, of course, and then I just kind of upload it and just kind of read it. I'm not an actor, so don't be hating on my acting. I'm not an actor. I just want to give you guys an idea of how to write, what to write, and make it make this a bit fun, because you're going to be creating your own stories. And as you create your own stories, you're going to be having your own ideas, and you're going to navigate through that the best way that you can. And so I'm just trying to help provide some type of service, give something back to you in which you can latch on to and be able to demonstrate your own writing skills. Remember, we all have different skills and different writing skills. Okay, so like I said, I love Fresh Prince. Let me know what you thought about that, Will and Ashley and Nikki, and everything that I wrote in that little scene there. I usually do like one page, and remember what I said earlier. The one page that you're going to do and put on the screen, that's pretty much what I write when I'm doing all of the different examples of writing, or the different types of scenes that I do. It's one page. I write it out, I reread it, and I just read off. Remember, I'm not editing it. It's just something that I'm writing, just putting out there just for you as a form of entertainment. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. Like I said, give me a comment about what you've read and what you saw, and hopefully, like I said, hopefully this is helpful to you. That's my whole purpose of doing this, is for it to somehow help you with your own writing, your own ideas, your imagination, because I just believe that imagination is amazing, it's incredible, and if you can somehow tap into your own imagination, it's what drives the world. Imagination is what drives the world, and we need writers like you. We need storytellers like you, and I know you're there. And like I said, I'm just here to inspire you and to give you that extra push and let you know that it's really, really easy to do. Challenging, but as far as human-wise, it's an easy thing. It's a natural thing to do because we all have stories that we want to tell, that we can tell. It's just on you to bring it out, okay? That's what's the backstory. Everything has a backstory. I'm just trying to figure out what's yours. Lastly, I just want to say this. Don't be a dream killer. And I'm going to say that every show. I'm going to be honest with you. Don't be a dream killer, because if you don't know one, that means you are one. All right? So please, please, please encourage others. Try to be there for others, support others. That's how the world goes around. While we support each other. That's the whole point of life. Support. No one does it alone. No one does it on their own terms. We all need each other, especially during this time. I thank you guys so much for coming to my channel. I truly appreciate it. If you want to buy the books that I have on sale, they're there in the link there. I love to write, and I'm trying to get you to love to write and love to pour out your soul on paper, not worrying about what other people would say about your writing and how you formatted it or how you structured it or whatever. There will be plenty of time to help you with that, okay? Trust me, there's other shows coming that's going to help you with all types of things. Remember the outlining, distractions, how to choose your specific story, what genre. It's just so many things I'm going to help you with. Trust me. Just be with me, okay? Just come back. And again, I thank you guys so much. And until next time, check you later. That's it. Peace.
What's the backstory with Carlos Hardy? Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe.